Human cultural and technological progress is currently moving vastly faster than our biology. We are running 21st century civilization on hardware evolved for the Pleistocene, creating a dangerous evolutionary bottleneck. To survive in the long run and avoid extinction on a single planet, a civilization has to expand. That process of spreading out across multiple star systems requires staggering, exponential increases in energy consumption. In 1964, astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev developed a way to quantify this growth. The Kardashev Scale categorizes civilizations by their power management, starting with a Type 1 civilization that uses all the energy available on its home planet, up to a Type 3 that harnesses the power of an entire galaxy. Aerospace engineer Robert Zubrin later created a spatial counterpart. The Zubrin scale tracks physical expansion, measuring exactly how far a civilization travels and colonizes outward from its home world into interstellar space. But measuring success purely by how much power we consume or how much territory we conquer creates an illusion of progress. It assumes that bigger is always better, ignoring the possibility that true advancement might mean getting infinitely more efficient rather than infinitely larger. Take the classic hallmark of a Type 2 civilization, the ability to capture the total radiation output of a star. The most famous method for doing this is a Dyson sphere. This is a hypothetical megastructure, a massive system of orbiting satellites designed to enclose a star and harvest all 38,000 septillion watts of energy it produces every second. There's also the concept of star lifting, an advanced engineering process where a civilization literally mines a star, siphoning off its matter in a controlled manner to generate building materials and manipulate the star's lifespan. Building on this scale requires dismantling entire planets. The sheer physical size of these structures introduces massive communication delays across the network, making them far less effective for advanced, high-speed computation than tightly concentrated systems. This brings us to a completely different metric, the Barrow Scale. Instead of looking outward, it measures a civilization's advancement by its ability to manipulate increasingly smaller units of matter. On this chart of the Barrow Scale, progression starts at the human scale, moving steadily downward to engineer genes, molecules, and eventually atoms. The absolute limit lies at the top, manipulating matter at the Planck scale, the universe's quantum floor. This diagram illustrates a major roadblock to reaching that limit. Biological bodies are inherently energy-leaky systems. We are forced to split our limited energy between basic biosynthesis and constant cellular repair, leaving relatively little capacity for pure information processing. Escaping this biological drag requires a transition to post-biological intelligence. By moving minds into synthetic substrates, a civilization gains near-perfect memory and immense computational efficiency. You cannot engineer matter at the quantum level with clumsy biological hands and slow biological brains. The post-biological shift is a strict physical requirement for any civilization attempting to master the deep end of the Barrow Scale. Once a civilization becomes pure information, it faces a unique engineering challenge. It needs a power source that provides the massive output of a star, but packed into a microscopic, densely computed space. The most efficient power source in the universe is a black hole. An accretion disk spinning around a rotating black hole converts matter into energy up to 50 times more efficiently than nuclear fusion inside our sun. A highly advanced civilization could engage in black hole starlifting, feeding stellar mass directly into a black hole to continuously power their concentrated computing engines. We currently observe binary systems in space where a black hole strips gas from a companion star, emitting massive amounts of X-rays. It is entirely possible some of these X-ray binaries are actually the active power plants of advanced post-biological civilizations. Black holes offer the ultimate limits of density, energy, and efficiency. Rather than spreading out across the galaxy, the most intelligent life forms are naturally pulled inward, gravitating towards these cosmic engines. This convergence of astrophysics and intelligence points to cosmocultural evolution, the idea that the universe and the cultures within it are developing together. We start with the physical evolution of stars, creating conditions for the biological evolution of cells. That produces cultural evolution, creating nodes of intelligence that act as a steering mechanism, allowing the universe to observe itself. As the wider universe expands and slowly dies out, these post-biological minds seek out the extreme relativistic environments of black hole mergers. Here, they maximize their computing speed to gather the last useful bits of data before the cosmos reaches senescence. This answers the Fermi paradox. For decades, we have pointed giant radio telescopes outward, listening for the inefficient broadcasts of biological life. We haven't heard from extraterrestrials because the truly advanced ones packed up and moved inward to the microscopic scale. To ever reach that stage, humanity first has to survive its current technological bottleneck without destroying itself through short-sighted competition. If we manage to cross that threshold, we will no longer be fragile biological passengers on a single rocky planet. We will transition into the informational engineers of the cosmos itself.